Okay, fellow YouTubers, you just saw that I tried to get into my car with my fob. It was this one here. And these buttons don't work. This one does work, so I know it has power. And I definitely know that works, but I didn't try that in the video. So I did watch some videos on YouTube on how to fix these. One guy's video was take it apart, stick some aluminum foil in there, and solves the problem. But I think what the main reason is these seals, they get moisture inside and it puts a residue. It oxidates the connectors. So if you ever watched a video on like how to fix a flashlight that don't work, like this was an example. I had this flashlight would not turn on even with new batteries. So took some sandpaper out, sanded off all the connectors and that, and now it works like a charm. And it was just a free flashlight that I got from somebody, but it works now. And I'm hoping that's what's wrong with these, that the connectors are just oxidized, and we can sand that out with some 300 grit sandpaper. Yeah, this is 300 grit. So I just cut off a small piece. Now, I bought the car used, so used cars always come with the lovely little attributes of things not working, especially like the key fobs. And it's very annoying when you go for your key fob and it doesn't unlock your doors, and then you got to do it the old-fashioned way using a key to get into your door. So let's see if we can fix these. The previous owner, he gave me 2 fobs. This is obviously the old one, so they got a new one, and now this one doesn't work either. So this one definitely doesn't work. Like, none of the buttons work on it. So this might be a battery issue. So I'm going to start with this one first. And if you look under here, see that? There's like a little groove there. Well, the groove goes all the way around. But there's actually a thicker recess point, and I don't know if you can actually see it in the camera, where you can actually stick like a small tool in, like this. It's just a flat tip. So let me see if I can get it in there. Yeah, it's in there. So basically I just want to twist. See if that gets it. I see it coming open. It's in there now. So I got it slightly open. Let's see if I can open it without popping stuff all over the place. I heard a snap. Another little snap. You don't want to be crazy with it, just be gentle. There's another little snap. So take that off. These are the connection points for your buttons right here. So as you can see, all these are just rubber. So what I want to do, take my little piece of sandpaper here. And it kind of moves. See if that comes out. Yeah, there's your battery. Now we can get the multimeter out and test the battery, but I already know the battery works. We can get the multimeter out and test the battery, but I already know it works. So, and I can actually kind of see the wear and tear on the buttons. the ones that get used the most, that one and that one, which is your lock and unlock. So let's see if this cleans it up a bit. I'm just doing it gently. Get that one. Not really hard, not on the pressure. And if this technique doesn't work, then I'm going to shoot for the aluminum foil trick, where you stick a little piece of aluminum foil in the button areas. Now, aluminum foil is conductive. Nice I had a little alcohol to wipe that down with. What I have here is some mass airflow sensor cleaner. Just spray a little bit. I don't want to drown it. I'm just going to wipe it off. And what's nice about that, it's an alcohol. It cleans off any like dirt and grime. So now that I'm looking at it, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but it looks a lot cleaner. The connectors are a lot shinier. So let's put her back together. That goes in right there, like so. And these buttons, I think I'll clean them off with a little mass airflow sensor too. They probably got dirt and stuff on them. Blow it off. Stick this back together. Now we can take it outside and see if it works. Okay, test the trunk one first. That works. See if it works on the door. I can hear it locking. It's already locked. But that button don't work. So I guess we'll have to try the aluminum foil. Okay, cleaning the connectors off did not work. So there goes my theory. It doesn't sort of actually work like the flashlight. Now what I did notice when I did the trunk one, the trunk button, it actually did work from a further distance than it normally does. So let's try it with the aluminum foil and see if that solves our problems. So I'll put some aluminum foil up here, and the goal is to get a small enough piece that fits in each of these holes where the buttons are at. Okay, time for the moment of truth here. This is the unlock button, the one that wasn't working before. Holy cow. It actually works. So there you go, folks. Using the aluminum foil works. Even cleaning the connectors off, wiping them down with alcohol, that still did not work. But if you put the aluminum foil in, and I put it on all the buttons work now. So, which is nice. No more, you know, trying to get my key out of my pocket when I'm carrying 100 different things and trying to get the door open. But I did notice my actuators are kind of little, they might need replaced on that car. I don't know if that's something I want to do yet or not. I'll see how my other projects come along, because I do want to change the fuel injectors on that 2008 Buick and the catalytic converter. If that all turns out well, then maybe I'll dump a little extra money in to fix the actuators and show you guys how to do that. So, all right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Please hit like and subscribe if you found this useful. And I will come back at you guys with some other helpful videos. All right. Have a great day. Now, this must be the OEM one. This was the older one I showed you. All I did was clean that bottom connector off. So it's probably an extra step you want to do when using that aluminum foil trick. It's just to clean those connectors off, because look how dirty those are. So I'll clean that off, clean them all off, and then I will use CRC mass airflow sensor cleaner on it, put it back together. Let me see, what else did I want to tell you? Yeah, this one also did not work, and I got a new battery for it, but I didn't need it, because when I checked the voltage on this old battery, this one right here, I got 3.1 volts. So battery is not the issue, and that one's 3.1 volts. So battery is not the issue. It's these connectors. There it is, all cleaned off except this one right where my thumb's at. So I'll clean that one off last and then wipe it down. There that is. Spray that. There. Looks a lot cleaner. Lot cleaner. Now we just got to put this back together. Look how much dirt I'm getting out of that. I don't know if you can see it. See it? That's just from the buttons. See that? More cleaner on there. Bottom one. Look how dirty that is. Wonder it wasn't working. Okay, got that aluminum foil and all them buttons. I didn't want to show that to you again. But this connector that goes to the battery, I just want to clean that off a little bit. Some mass airflow sensor cleaner. We'll slap this back together. Well, I mean, before I do that, I can show you what I mean with the, let me set this off to the side so I don't bump it. Put the multimeter right there. See if I can do this with holding it. See if that'll skew it. See that? 3.31 volts. So we know the battery's good. Okay, I even cleaned the top of the battery off with some cleaner as well. There we go. Now we'll go out and test it, see if it works now. And this is the really old one, so this thing is probably 14 years old. Okay, I'll spare you guys the video. I went out and tried it quick. It still does not work. So, must have an issue with the circuitry or the microchip. Who knows? But this one here is 14 years old. This one we could not save. Okay, I'm going to try one more trick. I sanded this off with the 300 grit sandpaper. Now when you put the battery in the case, see if you can see it here. See how it says plus side down? So this would be the plus side. This goes down in. This right here contacts the battery, and then this contacts the battery. So I took sandpaper, hit it there and hit it there, because I did find it unusual that I took out a battery that was obviously old, and it still had the 3.1 volts, like there was no current. So let's see if sanding these connectors helped fix this. So we'll find out. Let's give it a shot. All right, so after sanding them connectors, taking it outside and trying it, that still did not work either. So I guess I would have to look at it longer to try and figure it out. But it's nice to see, you know, that aluminum trick does work as long as the circuitry is okay and stuff. And when it's just due to wear and tear. But sometimes you have issues with these where that trick does not work. And this is one of them. So, all right. Thanks for watching, guys.